Welcome to my weekly self-important Magic the Gathering show. We are still looking at Marvel stuff because there's a lot of Marvel stuff to look at. Last time, I think the last one we did was Black Widow, and we probably talked about some of these Selesnya ones, but let's mention them again. And I realize I can just do this. So let's pull this down. T'Challa, the Black Panther, when he enters, you get Tap Vibranium, which is the exact same thing as a Power Stone. It taps for colorless and you cannot use it to cast non-artifact spells, which means you can cast artifact spells and pay the costs for activated abilities or anything that you would, or when you have to pay taxes, like on a Ristic Study. Or a counterspell that says unless you pay. Whenever you cast an artifact spell with mana, 4 or greater, put 2+1/+1 counters on T'Challa. So Selesnya artifacts, that's at least different. T'Challa, Venerable King. Oh, T'Chaka, never mind. It's the dad. When he enters, you mill 3, not a fan. Then you may put an artifact or land from among the milled cards into your hand. Neat. Pay 3, exile this card from your graveyard. You become the Monarch. Activate only if you control your commander. Okay, that's mildly interesting. It's a, this song, by the way, is Dance Macabre with an S. Dash no violin. I thought that was neat. So you can only become the Monarch if he's not your commander. That makes him far less interesting, I'm going to be very honest. But it makes sense that he's passing it to you, to your commander. Storm Windrider. Creatures with flying can't attack you or block creatures you control. I'm really... And then whenever you cast a spell that targets one or more creatures, those creatures gain flying until end of turn. Okay, so I don't know about that second part, but there's something... I'm going to open a new deck. Just gonna name it Ro, because I think that's how you spell her real name. Her non superhero name. There's a creature I'm trying to remember, but I don't remember his name. Let alone like what letters. Gotta put the equal sign. It's not gonna be up here with the Ajanis. I really thought he was going to be in the K's. But there are 4 pages. Oh, there's a Selesny Miss Marvel, I didn't know. Y'all watching might know what I'm thinking of before I find them. Too bad I won't see your comments until... There it is. Creatures your opponent control without flying or reach can't block creatures with power 2 or less. Then we go back into here. Okay, so if we made the Storm Windrider deck, she says creatures with flying can't attack you or block creatures you control. Okay. Creatures that was with, and this is without flying or reach. Can't block creatures with power 2 or less. So I think... No, I put Cider Kondo in a deck. No, I think I made a deck with him too. Let's go over here to the elves. Open that in a new tab. Past episodes. And it would be a shard and wedge. And it would have white, green, and the in the color identity. I'm gonna check to see if it's this deck. Yes, okay, it was this deck with Cedar and Ikra Shadiki as alternative commanders to Bator Kin to All, because this was an Abzan Big Butts deck. Now that we've gone down that particular try that again. I think I want the word control because I just realized that was ridiculous. There. So now we get all the white cards and the green cards. Did it already? Nope, this is just too quiet for me to hear. Or it's a really long outro. is the thing I want. So Bower Passage as a backup. Like, too bad in these colors we can't give our opponent stuff with flying. Because I like Bower Passage. Creatures with flying can't block creatures you control. Or maybe I should put without flying to see if anything else covers it. I don't know if that's too loud now, so I'm going to turn it down a tiny bit. There we go. Without flying. Creatures without flying can't attack. We'd have to have the Magus, because we're not paying $1,200 for a card from Legends. Actually, you know, I say that, but let's put both in. But then I'm going to edit category and put not in price. Proxy these. Proxy moat. There we go. Yeesh.
Oh, hello there. Eric Young here. Be sure to check out my brand new music video for Miss Me More, only on YouTube, the one-stop shop for music.
You know what? That's actually worth $3.50. That's nice art. Whoops, set as commander. There we go. Got minorly distracted. I'll hit up EDH rack really quick. I'm ignoring. Well, I mean, this stuff is going to go into the deck anyway. Oh, we can. Okay, Predator flagship to give things flying. That's funny, but it costs 5 to get down. Storm, Queen of Wakanda. Oh, yeah, having the other storms in the deck would be good. You, Planeswalkers you control, and other creatures you control have hexproof. Sure. Sure. The Birds of Paradise. You, other permanents you control, have hexproof. Oh, the Skyblade. You can pay 1 white and tap 4 untap creatures you control instead of paying a mana cost. Other creatures you control with flying are indestructible. Okay. Your opponents can't cast spells during your turn. Whenever one or more creatures you control each with power greater than its base power. Hold on. Does this allow the drawing of more? Because it says whenever one or more, but then it has each. But then it says draw a card. I have a feeling this only draws 1 card whenever. I think you only draw 1 card with this, because that is a mess of wording to my brain. But still. Flying Vigilance indestructible. But this looks like it can draw, can draw up to 3 cards a turn if you're attacking all of your opponents. That's too much. Okay, scroll to the top. I'm gonna go back to artifacts. There we go. Oh, then we'll take that. Okay. Yep, it takes out the stuff we grabbed, so that's always nice. And then we just kind of go to the bottom to see what popped up in its place. Enchantment, what do we got? Ghostly Prison, of course. Ramping into Mirari's Wake just feels weird. Apparently they really want you to have a lot of enchantments. That's how other people did it, because I guess because it is this. Selesnya enchantments is a thing, but I'm not feeling it. Instance, yep, swords, path, sure, because actually, I guess we. No. We'll go back on that later. Gift.
It's chat time! We had so much fun teaming up with the Seraphim and Islet for our new song, Iconic by Mistake. Check it out on YouTube.
Stroke
your
of Midnight.
one-stop shop for music.
Wasn't going to shorten that. And if we do this. No, okay. Not worried about that. Nature's Lore, Farseek, Rampant Growth, 3 visits. There are several others, but that gives me that is 9 pieces of ramp. And reminds me that I can dump the artifact ramp. And do the north. Glimpse the core, which I often forget exists. And shared roots. Yep, Rampant Growth and Shared Roots for basics. Into the North for snow. Glimpse the Core gets basic forest. Three visits and Nature's Lore gets any forest. And then Farseek gets not a forest. There we go. Now we go over here. T instant. O. Destroy target. Permanent. Emergency exit. I think that's the only other one in this.
For 250 years,
Yep.
Americans have defended their independence. Today, small business
There's
owners
not one for
fight
exile,
gladiator
right?
battles, red tape, regulations, and rising costs. I have fought those battles too and paid for my mistakes. Mike Capel here, Patriot Software's founder. Patriot's accounting and payroll helps you stand firm without fearing payroll laws and penalties. Join us in celebrating 250 years of independence and visit patriotsoftware.com for our Independence Day offer.
Hello, advertisement. Nope, never mind. I already missed it. Road. Nature's Claim. Unwanted Remake. think I was an exile target in this low? I think I just needed to see Path to Exile and Swords to Plowshares next to each other. Yeah, to make me feel better. That's 8 pieces of removal. And let me remind myself of... It wasn't there. Oh, it's there. I was looking where I left the list. Porting Gust. And so it's 9, 10, 11, 12. Just 3 more. And these ones are going to be the ones of 2 mana value, like Disenchant, Faded Absence. I think there was Get Lost, creature, enchantment, or planeswalker. They get 2 map tokens instead of 1 clue. And honestly, it should be Nature's Chant instead of Disenchant. You know, because it has the since we're in white-green, we may as well have the mana variety. The one that, you know, may as well just say too generic. For all intents and purposes other than color identity of the card. So I think it will be Fateful Absence, because that's the last thing that I saw. There we go. That's the targeted removal section. What's nice is that if my removal gets countered, it says whenever you cast a spell that targets. Doesn't mean it has to successfully do the thing. Those creatures gain flying until end of turn. Changing how I am sitting. So now we're going to do our Mass Disruption, which I only can think of 2. We have our... Oh wait, no, never mind. I have more. Settle the Wreckage. Pest Infestation. Heliod's Intervention. There was... Oh wait, no, the other one I was thinking of that is actually not for this deck, because this is... I was thinking of Nylea's Intervention, but that does damage to flying creatures, but I actually have flying creatures for once. Did I look at sorceries? Yeah, I did. That was the last thing. Technically, Harmonize is a good card. 4 mana to draw 3 is fine. It just feels weirdly bad. So I got 3 pieces of Mass Disruption out of the recommended 6. Technically, Storm herself is Mass Disruption. Sort of. Like in a way. I'll probably try to lean into this power 2 or less thing more. Oh, that's what happened. Erode wasn't put over here. I'm gonna keep my 13th one just because I'm down over here for now. I wonder if that... no tag. Actually, we should go over here. Go to Scryfall. Type in Wreckage. Open on Scryfall Tagger. One-sided sweeper. Pseudo fog. Now, will this work? Yes. Okay. They consider all this dust on one-sided sweeper because they figure that you ain't going to be casting that in your deck with colors. Angel of the Dire Hour actually, since we're playing in green, we actually have a chance to actually cast it. Okay, it's Settle the Wreckage without the downside on a body for 7. Huh. Calming Burst is kind of funny. This is an older card. Hold on. I mean, this is... yeah, Prophecy. That's a while back. Destroy all enchantments you don't control. Then, if you control an untapped land, you destroy all your own enchantments as well. For each different power among creatures on the battlefield, choose a creature with that power, destroy each creature with the chosen this way. Huh. That might hit some of your own stuff, and that's also not really worth 6. Cloud's Limit Break is mildly interesting.
Season is here. Catch the action live with game features.
Yeah, I see how Elish Norn, our stuff gets big, their stuff gets less big.
YouTube TV. Try it free. Terms apply. Cancel anytime.
I'm probably going to try to avoid Elish Norn in this specific deck. I don't know why it went into a different one. Destroy all creatures with power greater than target creature's power. All creatures with power greater than a power that you've chosen between 1 and 10. All non-white creatures. Non-artifact creatures. That dealt damage to you this turn. That's mildly funny. Destroy all tapped or untapped creatures. That's mildly interesting. All non-land permanents that aren't legendary. Creatures with power 3 or greater. Thinking about, I think it's Bond of Discipline. The one where you tap all of one player's creatures and then all of your creatures get lifelink until end of turn. It doesn't keep them tapped like Sleep, which is sad. I'm gonna drink some water. Disruption. I'm going to be fine with that. How many creatures do we have? Not as many as we need. We have 9. That's not the lowest number I've ever had. I just want to see what heroes. I don't care about the hero creature type. I just want to see which ones we have access to. Blah. Oh, it's that one. That's the land one. Captain America still cares about equipment. Captain Marvel, Spaceborne is mildly interesting. As long as an opponent has cast a spell this turn, you may cast spells as though they had flash. We'll put them in here. During our turn, Colossus is indestructible. And then an Anthem for mutants. Neat. Oh yeah, the Swords to Plowshares on a stick. Put her in the deck. Oh, Doctor Strange one who's still a surgeon. Neat. Cares about life game, as you might imagine. Oh, Giant Man. has reach. And then he can add green for all of our biggies. I don't count him as ramp because he himself is quite big or quite expensive. This one's only surviving because of the can't cast spells during our turn. To turn off counter spells and stuff like that. Captain Marvel Shooting Stars going under targeted removal because she can only do it one at a time. Whenever a creature with flying attacks you, that's kind of a fail-safe, like alt commander. It is O. I mean, I'm pronouncing it wrong entirely to point out the syllables and that I spelled it correctly. You technically going ramp. Oh, you're 5. That's tomatoes. Casting at flash. What's funny is casting at flash speed is also like the opposite of this, where they can counter our stuff if we're casting at flash, but that gets put in protection for some reason, and since I don't feel like putting a separate thing out for it, I'm just going to agree with that. Agree to move on. Whenever you cast a spell that targets a creature, I guess having single target spot removal isn't bad for stuff like that. Reach and vigilance. Whenever you cast a spell that targets a creature, plus some counter and scry 1. Oh, okay, so Hercules is mildly interesting. Whenever Hercules attacks, put a +1/+ counter on him. He gains indestructible until end of turn. That's neat. So, he just... Whenever Hercules is dealt damage for the first time each turn, put that many +1/+ counters on him. I was just thinking that I really want to see what they do for both Bishop and, I think his name is Strong Guy. I prefer Strong Guy to Bishop, but Strong Guy. Strong Guy, Guido Caroselia. I'm choosing to do the Y sound for double L. He's a fictional superhero appearing in American comic books published by Marvel Comics. Chris Claremont and Bill Sienkiewicz. And he was in the New Mutants 29 way back in '85. That's his debut. That's Polaris. And that's Strong Guy. He looks weird for a reason. Rhinebeck, New York. Of course, he's Italian. Gained a fortune in his element when his parents were killed by falling space debris. Skinny and shy, mutant powers were triggered in childhood when an incident with schoolyard duties and being hit by a bus ended in his body becoming disproportionately large and muscular, separating him further from his peers. Yes, because that's the downside to his powers and why he looks like that. his former friend turned against him because he was a mutant hater, and apparently he dies. That's that, and then he works with X Factor. That's how I know him. Okay, anyway, here's the important part. Strong Guy possesses superhuman strength, stamina, and durability. He can augment his strength by absorbing kinetic energy, but cannot store the energy he absorbs for very long and must physically expel it within 90 seconds to prevent it from permanently distorting his body. And that's what happened in his original one, is that he didn't, why his body's like that is because the 90 seconds passed and he didn't expel it. I don't know how he learned about the 90-second rule. Like, specific number. But that's why his, Strong Guy's powers put a strain on his heart, and that's why he can't really afford to hold on to energy anymore. Surgical implants to alleviate. Yeah, when first man is dead, he was unable to expel the energy in time. And now he appears top heavy. Oh, and at his maximum strength, he can move the Blob, who nobody can move. And briefly stand toe to toe with the Hulk. But yeah, taking punches from the Hulk is a bad idea for Strong Guy. He's good at street fighting, acting, and comedy. He's not well liked. And Bishop's like this, except he turns kinetic energy into laser blasts or whatever. And he's also from the future and isn't very good at making things better. Hulk puts counters on other creatures. That's at least a way to get counters on stuff. Maybe I don't care. Hulkling. Hulkling gets bigger if your other stuff is bigger than it when it comes in. It doesn't say evolve, but he has evolve. This Hulk gets bigger over time. If a source would deal damage to you or a hero you control, prevent all but one of that damage. Yeah, there we go. That's fine. It doesn't protect my non-heroes, but that's once again fine. Oh, Jennifer Walters for opponents can't cast spells during your turns. That's another case of that. We're probably not going to put Grand Abolisher in the deck. So it's like 2 is fine. A 5-mana hero that lets you play lands off the top of your deck. Thanks. And it has one of those Scythe Cats, but a legendary version. Luke Cage. All creatures you control with a counter on them have War of 1. That's neat. Oh yeah, Mr. Immortal. He's kinda green squee, only he's cheaper on the initial cast. I don't know if this deck needs that, but I do think he's neat. something else really quick. It's the time of day where everybody I know starts talking to each other. Mockingbird, Ace Agent, Double Strike, cast a spell that targets a creature you control. Put a +1/+1 counter on her. And then this one's a Fungusaur. See, and that's creature you control. The thing with this Hawkeye up here and our Storm is that they don't care about whose creature it is. Nakia, Wakandan Operative. Whenever your commander enters, you become the monarch.
It's 2026. Cars can practically drive themselves. You can order groceries from
Oh, Nick Fury, whenever a creature you control attacks alone, you can
Yep, somehow
get a low casting cost thing for free.
Even $80 a month for
It
their phone plan.
it enters tapped and attacking and gains indestructible until end of turn, so you don't have to worry about losing it.
$25 a month. All on America's largest 5G network. No contracts, no confusing bundles. Just wireless that makes sense.
When she
Get
enters, you
unlimited
become the
at
monarch.
Tello.com.
Oh, neat, and she makes it easier to get back the monarchy once it's been introduced. Oh, another version of Patriot. Oh, that's neat. He makes another creature slightly bigger and slightly protects it. This isn't the attacking alone deck, so we're not worried about that stuff. When she attacks, you blink something of yours. She cares about controlling artifacts. Hey, Silver Sable. Spider Girl, Legacy Hero, great name. Spider-Ham, Spider-Man, Spider-Man India. Okay, all the Spider-Men are right here. Gotta get by them. Oh, a different Storm. Destroy up to one target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. Oh, she's that one spell, but a person. Let's put her in and put her in the category. That's just Storm. Your protection. They put Scry and Withdraw, even though you need like Scry 3 or Scry 4 for it to technically count. Can't cast spells during your turn is protection. I want to see if something just fell out of my deck. Okay, now. Fabulous Frogman. Oh, the Howling Commandos. It costs way too much. I do like Sentry because you get a 5/5 flying Vigilance Indestructible. And your opponents get a 5/5 flying Indestructible that attacks each combated Fable. So we can attack with the Sentry all we want, but their thing, we can just block it with the Sentry. So that's cool. You can assign his combat damage if he weren't blocked. Oh, whenever a mutant control attacks, double its power until end of turn. We do have a non-zero number of mutants in this deck. Other heroes you control have Exalted. That, if I didn't put that into the Black Widow deck, that was a missed opportunity. X23 gives out +1/+1 counters. Zuri, Warrior of Rakonda. Artifact spells. Wolfsbane.
Tune in to the YouTube
Wakabi, Shield of the Nation.
live and only on YouTube.
Whenever you attack with your commander, if you control an artifact, you get a Rhino. Of mana value 4 or greater, you get the Rhino. There's a dog in the original Kamigawa block that's better than Winter Soldier. Bucky Barnes. Because it doesn't come into play tapped. Winter Soldier is kind of cool because he gets Reborn Avenger, I should say, because, you know, there's two of them on my screen right now. Because he rescues your other creatures from the graveyard as long as their mana value is equal to, or, nope, less than or equal to. There we go. I said it in the wrong order, so I got confused when I decided to read. Moving around some stuff for me to anyway, add this stuff. White Tiger. Nope. Nope. Web Warriors. Oh, that's. Yeah. Nope. Okay. That's all the heroes I felt like. We did get up to 18 creatures that way, so I'm happy with that. I'm gonna type in the word storm just to kind of see what happens. I got that, press enter. Oh, we gotta wait for some combination of Architect and Scryfall. How many cards are we at? We're only at, oh, it's because we haven't put in our lands yet. Well, I know. That is the dumbest thing, that he goes in tokens. He makes someone else's tokens. I want to put him in protection because he's a flying, vigilant, indestructible creature. I also know two of the other cards that I plan on putting in the deck as soon as... There we go. Aetherstorm Rock, Chatterstorm, Sin of Storms, Dragonstorm Globe, Storm Slayer, Storm, Genesis Storm, Sue Storm, that's totally different. Two characters named Storm. There's all three of our storms. Okay.
Check out Goo Goo Gaga.
That's a total of 3 mana. That's ridiculous because we could just do this. Okay. Oh, yep. Okay, we are still listening.
The single from Catriel and Paco Amoroso and Jack Black on YouTube.
So we want Idyllic Tutor because we're looking to pull up Moat. And I'll put in Sterling Grove in for now because it is the same total mana value. Of course, Worldly Tutor is in fact a game changer. For this, we are looking for Cedar. We're going to technically count him as evasion. For the creatures your opponent control without flying or reach. Which is funny because this deck doesn't really need that. Because we don't have a whole lot of small creatures that I've seen. At this point, we're just being mean. Okay, so it affects himself and Wolverine if... Oh, never mind, because his power goes up to 4. Jennifer Walters when she's not She-Hulk. Yeah, that's funny. Birds of Paradise, though yet Birds of Paradise has 0 attack, so that's just weird. Sacrifice a creature. Anyway, yeah, but we're Magus of the Moat in case something happened to our regular moat, and Cedar Condo would be our 2 picks, but we will go Ella Dimery's Call. Oh, it's because that can be done at instant speed. Well, that is an instant as well, but it's 2 colors, so maybe that's why. We are still bracket 2 because we only have 3 tutors. That one went into protection, didn't it? Yes. Throwing it into tutors for transparency. Boy, Cedar is in here just for spite, I guess. Still want more creatures. The Mithril Coat. And what do we got for creatures over here now? Avicen's Pilgrim because it taps for white. Each creature you control. Whatever creature you control does combat damage to a player. Draw a card. Ristic Buddy. I think we'll skip Ristic Buddy. Maybe add a little limb. That's funny. Dragonmore Dramoka has that same one ability about not casting stuff during your turn, but it costs 6. Whoops. Trouble in pairs. Vanguard the Diplomat. You know what? Tome of Legends. Oops. Since Storm here will be attacking and can't be blocked unless our opponent is playing stuff with a reach, since she doesn't have power 2 or less. getting mildly distracted.
TCG
What
Player
are
has
we?
everything gamers need.
55 out of 63
Yes,
because,
even
you
that
know,
card.
those last
TCG
37 are
Player is
lands.
powered by thousands of local game stores, so you can get all the cards
Honestly,
you
we
want.
should do
Every
more
order is
draw.
protected by the TCG Player Safeguard,
So
so
we'll
you
go
can focus on what matters most. The look on your opponent's face when that
O
card
tag,
hits the table. Make your
draw.
game nights unforgettable. TCG Player, the leading marketplace for trading card games.
Of course, we get the lands first.
It's hard to believe that in
And
the middle of
V
record inflation,
greater than
Mint
0.
Mobile is actually lowering prices. Every plan, even unlimited, for $15 a month. You probably think there must be something in the fine print. So, to prove there isn't, we turned our fine print into super duper large print and put it on a billboard. Because the only thing that we've hidden
See, I don't mind the Marvel stuff, but it's this bagel and schmear kind of thing that it's like,
that doesn't seem relevant.
don't make more dumb food. Man, that actually, I do like bagels with cream cheese. Wasn't really expecting a whole lot from. And there's Esper Sentinel again, going, hey, you know you want it. I'm not gonna ask people if they pay the power. Also don't care about cantrips. I do like rope. +1/+2 and reach and can't be blocked by more than one creature. We're still in mana value 1, so I'm still not. Surprised that we're not seeing that much that's good. Probably won't. Well, now that we're in 2, there's a chance that we'll see some decent stuff. I do like Archivist of Ogma. Whenever an opponent searches their library, you gain a life and draw a card. As long as they're still using, like, it either tells them they're either not going to use their fetch lands, or they're going to use their fetch lands, and it's a creature. Like, although I don't use fetch lands in my bracket, so maybe, I don't know. That's kind of a meta pick. Like, if you know your friends will play their, oh wait, no. Searches their library. I search my library with the green sorceries. So there you go. And you can have 3 tutors in your deck, besides land tutors. Don't like discarding cards. I am a big baby about that. I do like Diodrine Synthesis Amalgam. But how much? I don't think we're actually putting a whole lot of +1/+1 counters on things. Oh hey, Wolverine allows Kutzil to draw his cards as long as Wolverine or Storm or whoever or some other mutant deals combat damage to a player, so that's good. Because I don't think anything else in here is increasing the power and or toughness of our other stuff. Oh, the Voice of Plenty can if I have nothing else to do with my 6 mana. Oh, I just thought of another card.
This reminder is brought to you by Injectable Cabenuva. Cabotegravir Repivir.
Berserk.
You're the friend who always has something to say.
Wait, guys.
You've always got
It's
a
targeted
conversation
removal.
starter.
So, what would it be like?
And I can give something flying with it.
Story to tell.
Okay, but listen to this.
So you're curious about a different treatment, but you still haven't talked to your doctor about it?
Yeah, so we're not really doing anything with
Maybe
+1/+1
it's time to
counters
have
for
that
that.
convo. You got this. Get tips on how to talk to your doctor about an injectable.
Endless
treatment
Atlas,
at
we're only 2
cabenuva.com.
colors, so that's... we're bound to have 3 more lands with the same name. And as you can see, I once again prefer to have onboard repeatable draw. To me, cantrips and cycling isn't drawing. Although I guess the O-Tag should be card advantage, huh? Actually, that's... I want to see something. Go to Scryfall again. And this... Open on the tagger. Draw engine. Repeatable. Ooh, repeatable pure draw. I like that. Repeatable clues. Okay. Does that work? Yes. Oh, whenever a quick creature becomes blocked, you may draw 2 cards. Well, our whole thing is that we don't get blocked, but I still like Infiltration Lens, so I'm glad my brain saw it. Liar's Pendulum is fun. Name a card. Target opponent guesses whether a card with that name is in your hand. You may reveal your hand. If you do, you and an opponent guess. If you do, an opponent guess wrong, you draw a card. Not going in this deck, but I believe that went into my Celestial Toymaker deck because it's a time. Because you made your opponent guess, so it deals 2 damage to your opponents. Rent is due. Oh, at the beginning of your end step, you may tap 2 untap creatures and/or treasures you control. Yeesh. We're kind of short on creatures as is, and we're not making creature tokens, so. Whenever we attack with 2 or more creatures, draw a card. I'm fine with that. Since we're kind of aggro. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a page counter on this artifact, and then it's 5 minus the number of page counters and tap to draw a card. I don't... Today is the 3rd, don't do that. You can explode stuff tomorrow. Oh, become the monarch. That's why it's repeatable real draw. Whenever equipped creature and at least one other creature attack, draw a card. Okay, I'm fine with that. Till end of turn, target creature you control with power 4 or greater gains trample, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to opponent to a player, draw a card. Okay. We're not making tokens, otherwise Eye of Oblivion would be an auto include because I do like it. You're not Howling Mine. I wish there were more gifts in the game because I'd love Jolly Gerbils to actually be good. In a, I guess in a 4 of, because even in a 1 of. Because in a 1 of is absolute rat garbage. Mare of Galadriel. 5. Scry 1, then draw a card. This ability costs 1 life for each legendary creature you control. I have faith in that.
YouTube TV is amazing. Why would you settle for anything less?
Why would anybody settle for just meh?
I want to clear off my messages.
I call him. Lions cannot
Because none of that was important.
or tamed. Tiny taps, tiny taps. I'll make the game beautiful.
Yeah, no.
Don't settle for meh. The #1 live TV service.
Oh, this sure is much more interesting than I thought.
TV for free.
You draw a card if you control 3 or more artifacts. Like, that ain't this deck, but still, that's cool. And then your artifact creatures get bigger, so she's cool. Sylvan Library. Hold on, I gotta read Sylvan Library very carefully because I haven't looked at it in a long time. At the beginning of your draw step, you may draw 2 additional cards. If you do, choose 2 cards in your hand drawn this turn. Okay, so you basically get, yeah. That's cool and all, but I don't think I'm going to do it. Tablet of Completion. Oh, that I have less faith in. The draw a card, but only if you've tapped this 5 turns in a row. The Arcane Encyclopedia is almost good. It's a 3-mana artifact where you pay 3 and tap to draw a card. Oh, Buster Sword, that's just fun. Draw a card, free spell, +3/+2. I'm constantly forgetting that that's about it, and that's always dumb because it's always good. That's dragons. Who is this? Oh, that's Ross, hapless attaché, Everett K. Ross. Is that? That's probably related to the guy who turns into the Red Hulk. Oh. Oh, actually, he has the thing. Whenever an opponent attacks you, 2 more creatures, draw a card. And of course, it gives Storm +1/+1 and lifelink, so that's always fun. We draw a card on our pre-combat main phase for 4 turns. Plus or minus any proliferate we have. We're not doing proliferate, but I'm not really expecting a whole lot out of mana value 3, and that's where I'm going to stop. When I get to mana value 4, I'm not even going to keep reading. Oh, I actually do like Mr. Hyde, where you can basically draw a card every other turn with him. He did put in a non-zero amount of work when I was drafting to get enough gems to buy the Mastery Pass, which I don't buy until the end of the set. Because if I don't get far enough in to make it worth it, I just save it.
Watch hit movies and TV shows on YouTube.
Call for you. Hello?
Get HBO Max and more streaming channels to watch your favorites on YouTube.
Palantir. I'm less excited about the Palantir of Orthanc. I'm not pronouncing that A how I want to, but whatever. In Commander, don't like it so much because everyone has 40 life, so they'll make you build more often. It's great in Brawl when they only have 25 life, and they'll start letting you draw sooner. I always and this does bite me in the rear end. I do make them mill like the first 2 times, and then on the 3rd one I'll start letting them draw. A non-zero number of times that has bitten me in the butt. Whenever you cast a legendary spell, draw a card. There's a lot of legendary stuff in this deck, so. Way too much to draw a card. It is also way too much to draw a card. Well, I guess technically people probably would pay 4 life and no additional mana to draw a card. But I'm not that person. Sorry, I was snapping my fingers because I like this song. Now we're to the parts where they give us clues. Tribute to the World Tree. It's funny how I'm not keen on that when I was perfectly keen on other things. Okay, I do like this creature on principle. Wily Duke, Aurine Hero, Vigilance, and when they become tapped, you gain a life and draw a card. That is brilliant, and I don't have a way to do anything about that in this deck because there's no mounts or vehicles. We got to 4, and I think I'm correct in that I don't care about any of this.
There. Eric Young here. Be sure to check out my brand new music video for Miss Me More, only on YouTube, your one-stop shop for music.
So, oh, we're at 66. We got to drop 3 cards. Put in the comments what you would have dropped, and then be disappointed as I choose something that you didn't say because you might have better insight than me onto the future or reality. I'm actually going to put this by type. And kind of look at my creatures. Honestly, the funny thing is that the best things to remove. You know what? Yes, actually, I just decided. So we're gonna go by categories. We're just going to remove the tutors. And if we never get our moats or Cedars, that's a thing that happens. Those are the only things I care about. We'll grab the Arctic Flats because it's a snowland. Grab the Arctic Tree Line because it's a snowland and also a forest plains.
Watch hit movies and TV shows on YouTube.
I'm gonna call you Rocky. Together, we're pretty smart.
Get MGM Plus.
Sage who endures can destroy an artifact, enchantment, or non-basic land. Two or more opponents. 2 or more basics. I don't think we need Castle of Garenberg in this specific deck. Seven or more planes, we can return creature from the graveyard to the battlefield. It's not impossible. We're not putting in regular forests. Reveal a forest or plains. If you control a basic, I do like this this new the new duels from Marvel that I think they only have the Allied 5 right now. So they tap for colorless, but they can tap for 2 colors if they entered the battlefield this turn, so the turn you play them, so that's good. Or if you control a basic, so also good. It's a line of text they haven't used yet. If you control... What is this? This is Crusade Video Classica by Kevin MacLeod. I think he plays a lot of the songs on this playlist. Surveil 1. Mistvale Plains. Darn it. Whatever. However we get there. Draw a card only if you've attacked with 2 or more creatures this turn. Sure. Another piece of card draw. Two more other lands. Radiant Grove. Oh, I forgot about these. The cycling ones over here. These particular storage lands, they're not like good in this day and age. But I like these 2-color ones that they did. It hurts not to select the ones that I like, but I do want to get to hit you. Forest Plains again. That's the 2-life one. That's the other control. I was going to say something about these ones that don't untap during your next untap step. That if you can get something that untaps all your lands at the end of your turn, that's pretty cool. Just saying. Doesn't really make them good, but, you know. Well, that put us exactly at 100 without having to... to use Command Tower, though we're using Soul Ring and Arc Sig. I was thinking about putting... I kind of want to put in Croson Verge, but we don't have room for it. We could take out Arctic Flats. I'm gonna type in Verge because I think that's fewer things than Croson. Croson Verge enters the battlefield tapped. You can tap it for colorless, or you can pay 2, tap, sacrifice, Search your library for a forest and a plains, put them on the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. That's better than Myriad Landscape because it doesn't say basic. I'm gonna look up Myriad really quick because I think those need to get basic lands. Myriad Landscape. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards that share a land type. Yeah. That's why I like Croson. I think we will dump Arctic Flats. Since its only purpose is to be tutored up by Nature's Lore. I mean, Into the North. That was it. And we have 21 hits for Into the North, so we're fine. And 20 hits for Rampant Growth and Shared Roots. 10 hits for Glimpse the Core. And a lot more hits for the other ones. I think we're actually going to dump Glimpse the Core. And since we only have 10 basic forests, so Croson Burge. There we go. And now we have room for one more other thing. Let's see, I took out the tutors and I don't want to put back just one of them, so we're going to leave those out. Categories, type, okay, so whatever it is, it's going to be a creature, and I think just to... It's a creature I've been dodging. Oh no, we could do that. I just don't like that that's not a May. Really? Yep.
Hit movies and TV shows on YouTube.
The girl is his Achilles heel.
You can put what you... Wait, let me check my curve really quick. I do have mostly white stuff in this deck. That's mildly interesting. Oh, we can put something expensive in this deck. Something expensive in green. Yeah, we're going to put in the Frostfang. It's one more than Toski, but it gives all of our attacking creatures Death Touch. There we go. So let's grab this link, throw it over here. And then, okay. I forgot where to look to see if it's successfully copied. And, whoops. Then I forgot I can get... So my description is going to be slightly different. No, that just doesn't look as good. Illustrated by... There. This is not like a super great deck or anything, but I think I made something fine for bracket 2. Like, I don't want to say low power bracket 3 or low bracket 3, but low intensity bracket 3. How about that? Low seriousness bracket 3. Where you tried to have like this cohesive thing. You tried to be slightly better than bracket 2, but you weren't like putting in game changers, and you just didn't give a butt. What's funny is these two work against each other, but like, you know, it's fine. Because if you don't have, like, because if she's been defeated, you're like, okay, attack me with your flyer, you jerk. I'll just deal damage equal to Storm's power to any target, and she's a 4/5. Spider-Man to the rescue. No, that's not good enough. Oh, this is the Slesny artifacts. Number of plus multiple encounters on She-Hulk. Monarch. That's just an enters effect. Black Panther Vanguard. Oh, that's the Slesny Heroes. Bast, the Panther Goddess. Okay, what's this? I haven't read it yet, and I really hope it's good, so we can so I can make like a Wakanda Forever deck. In fact, I might do that anyway, and it's like, and it's gonna be bracket 1-ish, just because of the lack of cohesion. Ow. Well, maybe not. It might be bracket 2 just because a lot of the Wakanda stuff are like artifacts. So what does it say? Bast can't attack or block unless you control 3 or more creatures. Okay, that's fair. Whenever you attack, target attacking creature gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of creatures you control. You know what? I'm gonna do it. And saying those two words in that order out loud Wakanda. I wanted to be pithy for a second and say Wakanda for now, but like that's a little too hatery. Type in the words Bast, see what else we get. Oh. I should do this. Okay. We're gonna comma? And well, we're gonna make you the commander. And then I'm going to see if this is a thing. It's not. Come on, people. Hunter the White Wolf. Ketema. That's probably not going to be in this in this set. I didn't want to get all political. I just because I was thinking of putting Winter Soldier in here because in the movie he was sent there to heal. The first Black Panther movie.
Hey, it's Matt Keen. Check out my new music video.
And there was another white guy who was allowed in, like as an exception, but I forgot what his character was. There we go. Who did Martin John Christopher Freeman? Who did he play? Anyway, so let's go to cast. So now that I have the names of the two white people. Oh, Everett K. Ross. Okay, sweet. Oh, he was Claw. Okay, I just thought I recognized him, but since he didn't play a hero character, went right over my head. Okay. So if there's room for white people, I know which ones are going to go in. All these Black Panthers are going to go in there. He's not from, like, he's black, but he's not from Wakanda. And, like, I know, like, there was in Infinity War or Endgame, one of the, like, yeah. In that whole duology, like, a lot of people got into Wakanda, but I'm not counting that. I'm counting the first Black Panther movie, which is the one I saw. Because, like a lot of people, I fell off of Marvel movies. I still do want to see the second one. I just don't like watching movies by myself, and my friend who I watch movies with is not currently feeling great. But as soon as he recovers, we'll get on it. We are not putting apes in this deck because that's baloney. That is baloney. I don't care if this gorilla actually is in Wakanda somewhere. But he's actually probably in that Antarctic wild area. That other guy that made the Scythe Cat. Khazar. Khazar? Yeah. Mr. Immortal. I can't tell, but but I might give him a pass into the movie or into the deck. Nope, he's a white guy. I couldn't tell. Ah, Great Lakes Avengers. It's cool that the Great Lakes Avengers are in this set. I guess Squirrel Girl is a member of the Great Lakes Avengers as well, so I guess they wanted to put the rest of her team. And the West Coast Avengers are also... Okay. Okay, so we've established that he is white. It was just mildly hard to tell from this picture. Luke Cage is not from Wakanda. He does get more of a pass though, because his show was really good. Nick Fury's not from Wakanda, and he doesn't get a pass, even though it's Sam Jackson. I know exactly who it is, but Nick Fury's in S.H.I.E.L.D. and he is way less welcome there. I don't care what she does; she goes in there. Photon Lady of Light. She's not Wakanda, but she only has one card, and I don't know. Also, I did like Captain Marvel 2, Bite Me. I thought it was good. I also like how MCU Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan, has powers related to Captain Marvel instead of being young. Oh, I don't know what nationality she is. Is she from India or is she... from somewhere in the Middle East? I don't know. That wasn't the part that was important. It was important that Comic Her has stretchy powers, and I'm like, bleh. So the hard light constructs that she can make way more interesting. Oh, Shuri. Miles Morales isn't going in because he's a Spider-Man. And that's just completely separate. Storm is the Queen of Wakanda. T'Chaka, of course, gets to go in here to make us the Monarch. T'Challa.
YouTube TV is amazing. Why would you settle for anything less?
Why would anybody settle for
Zuri.
Can you imagine if Zlatan was meh?
Yeah, no.
Don't settle for Matt. The #1 live TV service now has 10 more affordable plans. Try YouTube
Wakabi.
TV free.
Both Winter Soldiers. It amuses me. He gets a pass. And there's that other guy. I forgot his name, and I may have already passed by him. I think White. Okay, I actually have to look up who this is, and not just assume. I have no idea who this is. Oh, and there were two of them, and we actually did get both of them. There's the lady and there's the dude. Who is this? Okay, so he's more Kung Fu related. Oh, the second one is way cooler. The second incarnation, an actual white Bengal tigress mutated into humanoid form. Oh, and heroes are higher. They're gonna get in with the Luke Cage Bast because it amuses me, even though she is white. Black Panther, White Tiger. Oh, here's the 5th one. Looks like she's also white and she's just in darkness. Can I get some more pictures? The second White Tiger, the High Evolutionary nonsense. High Evolutionary used to be the origin of Wolverine, but someone was like, we gotta stop using this guy. So these are some token whites. Saying that amused me. Fart in the books. For that. So this thing cares about counters on lands. God, this art is cool and everything, but man, does that make this thing way harder to read. Put an image in a new tab. Okay, so survey the realm. Whenever Black Panther or another creature control enters, put a +1 counter on a land. Mind Vibranium, you pay 3 to move all +1/+1 counters from target land you control onto target creature. And then you gain life equal to the number of +1/+1 counters moved, and you draw a card. So that is expensive for drawing a card, but putting +1/+1 counters on somewhere useful and gaining a non-zero amount of life is good. Unauthorized or unauthenticated user. There we go. This one is recursion. Here's the funny thing, is that I'm going to be absolutely unhelpful with my tags. Oh, row. Photon is going to go into others because she's only one. Tourist visa. That's what we're gonna call them, because they don't live there. Luke Cage goes over there as well. Black Panther. Black Panther. Black Panther. Sweet. That weird sound was me clapping my hands. This is me not remembering what page I was on. hear they mutilated, like, figuratively, the Inhumans in their thing, and that makes me sad. Okay, we weren't in fact on the whoops. We were in fact on this last page. White Tiger. Then Wakandan Royal Guard. I'm gonna figure out who Tigra is. I'm gonna remember. Okay, she spelled it with an I. That's very important.
On YouTube.
Call for you. Hello.
Get HBO Max and more streaming channels to watch your favorites on YouTube.
Oh, she was in New Warriors. But she is very white. She might get a tourist visa if I don't have enough creatures, though. T, Chala, right? Might help if I was actually typing. Capital T. Did I get the number? 2 L's. T'Challa. Okay, let's look at these T'Challas. So we definitely want a lot of creatures, according to Bast. We have 22 cards. I'm fairly certain they're all creatures. I still kind of want more. Non-token hero, we get a soldier token, or our stuff gets bigger depending on where we are in our plan. Vibranium, artifact spells. So we are gonna want big artifacts, because I think we're gonna have a couple of things that care about them. This Black Panther gets +1 those counters on himself. It makes other things kind of bigger for a limited time. Oh, but he also has spite damage. Whenever he's dealt damage, he deals that much damage to any other target. That is sweet as all heck. Claws of Bast. It has lifelink. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gets a +1 counter. I don't know how often that's going to go. And this is the one that does land stuff. Photon will blink a thing when she attacks. How often that matters. It doesn't matter for any of these things. In fact, might be a detriment. Oh no, never mind. We can blink this T'Challa for more Vibranium. There you go. Luke Cage becomes indestructible when he enters. White Tiger brings in a Tiger God. This is the newest version. Can't be blocked by more than one creature. Oh, that's cool. It's a 4/4. But that's +1/+1 counters, and that matters for some of the other stuff in here. So you're Tourist Visa. White Tiger. Exile this card from your graveyard, draw a card. You may put a land from your hand onto the battlefield. Oh, that's honestly kind of garbage. For 4 mana from your graveyard. But, you know, Tourist Visa. Oh, is there no other Shuris? S-H-U-R-I. Well, we'll get her Fabricator. Actually, she might be in other colors.
YouTube TV is amazing. Why would you settle for anything less?
Why would anybody settle for just meh? Can you imagine if Zlatan was meh?
I call him.
Lions cannot be called or tamed. Tiny taps, tiny taps. Ah, make the game beautiful.
Yeah, no.
Don't settle for meh. The #1 live TV.
Oh,
service
Fleece
now has 10
Mainline.
more affordable plans. Try YouTube TV.
We'll do that. We also have this Fleetfoot Panther that bounces one of our other creatures. Panther's Club, Panther Idol. This Panther is not black. 3 for 3 that you can pay extra for first strike. Panther Habit, Panther Robot. Panther Warriors ain't very good. Topiary Panther has basic land cycling. That's mildly interesting. So you discard it to search your library for a basic land. Panther Pounds. You know, it's a card I wouldn't normally put in, but because it's a combat trick. Target player investigates. Target creature gets +1/+0 and gains flying tone to turn untap it. You know, just a thing. K-I-T-T-Y with an exclamation point. K-I-T-T-Y with an exclamation point. Bounce kitty. Kitty. There we go. We're gonna put So Panther Idol is Mind's Eye. It's a 5-mana artifact that says whenever an opponent draws a card, you may pay 1 if you do draw a card. Not great, but hey, whatever. Shuri's Fabricator is when this artifact enters, you get 2 tap Vibranium tokens, and as I said earlier, those are Power Stones. They cast artifacts and activate abilities, and pay taxes. But you can also pay 6, tap, remove target artifact from your graveyard. Oh no, return target artifact from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. Only as a sorcery. If something with finality counter would leave the battlefield. Oh no! Would go into a graveyard exile instead. Okay, so you can return it to your hand just fine. Panther Habit. I think it's talking about the suit. If a creature would deal damage, would be dealt damage, prevent that damage with that many +1/+1 counters on it. Okay, that's pretty sweet. You can go down in protection. And then you kind of what you do. Oh, I thought there was something else in protection. Did something that was in protection get moved? Oh no, the claws. The claws were here the whole time. Did I move? I feel like I moved something somewhere weird, but I don't think I did. Black Panther's claws. Whenever Black Panther's claws or another equipment you control enters, you may... Oh, this is Hammer of Nizan. You may attach that equipment to our creature control. Equipped creature gets +2/+0 and has indestructible. Equipped for 4. Equipped for 4 if you need to do it the hard way. You know, Panther Robot is going to go into Kitty. It's an 8/8 with affinity for artifacts with reach and trample. That reminds me of another thing, and it's not that thing because it doesn't have that text. And that other thing I don't think has reach or trample for that matter. Is it a Mycosynth? No. Affinity for art. It was a Mycosynth. The Mycosynth Golem. Oh! Yeah, that was only a 4/5. So, smaller. Doesn't have reach or trample, but it gives your artifact spells affinity for artifacts. That might actually be good in this deck. Depending on, well, if the Vibranium making T'Challa was the commander, it'd be really good in this deck. I'm still sorting stuff out to see where else I want to go. And then if I do this really quick, 24 creatures. We of course will probably want more. Let's see. This one goes into... Actually, wait, no. This is just Wakanda. There's nothing in here. Has enough cards for me to care. T'Challa gives over here. Taurus V is over here. Winter Soldier being by himself is amusing to me. If there was more than one Shuri in these colors, actually, I'm gonna quickly. Do not apply the smart filter. There's a white blue one. Okay, and a mono blue one. Fair enough. Like, technically, the Winter Soldier should go into Taurus Visa, but he has 2 cards. Okoye could get her own section. Anyway, let's get back to saying what stuff does. Winter Soldier Bucking Barnes sucks. He's worse than a legendary dog from old Kamigawa. Winter Soldier Reborn Avenger, we looked over him earlier. When he attacks, return target card with mana value less than or equal to his power from the graveyard to the battlefield. If a hero enters this way, it enters with additional +1/+1 counter on it, so that's cool. Wakandan Royal card puts extra +1/+1 counters on things if it's a hero. Oh, no. When this creature enters, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. If it's a hero, it gets 2. Sort of garbage, but it's something that we can... it's another thing to blink with Photon. Okoye? I don't remember how her name is pronounced. This is the mighty and adored, because people love her. When she enters, we become the Monarch. At the beginning of a combat on your turn, put a +1 counter on target creature. Whenever that creature attacks the Monarch this turn, it gains double strike and trample. Yep, she gets the Monarch back. Cool as heck. Oh, another thing to blink. She gets us 2 soldiers. And gives all of our tokens first strike. That is sweet, for the record. Whenever you cast an artifact spell with mana value 4 or greater, put a +1 counter on each creature you control. Okay, sweet. Wakabi, whenever you attack with your commander, which is not guaranteed. This is a 2 cost too. Okay. If you control an artifact with mana for value 4 or greater, we get a Rhino. Oh yeah, with trample. T'Chaka, if he's dead, we can make him super dead and become the Monarch. If we have our commander in play. And then Shuri the Black Panther, draw a card if you control 3 or more artifacts. Then if you control 6 or more creatures we control, get +2/+2 to turn, and she has lifelink. Okay, those are all really good. Those are all really cool. Oh, you know what I need to do? Hold on. We can do this. We need to open that in a new tab. Because I'll be honest. Copy card names with quantity. I honestly did not expect myself to be making another Selesnya deck. But I should have known that I was going to make not exactly Selesnya artifacts, but my Selesnya artifact commander is in the deck. Because I wanted Bast as the face commander, because that's what amuses me. I'm going to put in some weird cards into this deck. Now we're at 67, which is funny. Because 63 is where we'd stop if we didn't have lands. Oh, I should leave that. I should have left that open. Hold on. Open that in a new tab. That's where export was. There we go. Export deck. Categories. Mass disruption. Ramp and removal. Targeted removal. Copy. I have a feeling that that's gonna create some duplicates, but that's fine. Save changes. Yes. Okay, now let's go through that and remove some stuff and move stuff to its correct spot. We can remove Giant Man. and Captain Marvel. As appropriate as Birds of Paradise is, because Wakanda is really nice, we're going to remove the birds. We're going to keep the Soul Ring, the Arc Sig, all of... we're going to remove the Herd Heirloom, because there are other things. We can remove this angel. So we're going to have the two sections, just to make the names of the sections shorter. We're going to have disruption and removal. Rid of Fateful Absence, because I'm going to take this back down to 12. I'm going to keep the cheap ones. Get Lost gets rid of 3 kinds of things. But I think that's the one I want to get rid of. Yes. Because if they have those map tokens, they can find Wakanda easier next time. Derp, derp, dirtly derp. We're now at 90. We were at 20-something creatures. I need to check again because my memory be bad. 24? Good. Actually, you know what? No Heliod's intervention, because that's a different god. I was thinking about we could have Nylee's intervention, but no. Only Bast. Which says Wakanda's skyscraper proliferates. Sure. Karn's Bastion is normally banned because I don't like Karn, but this is Wakanda's skyscraper, so it gets a pass. Oh, hey, look, someone else who I missed somehow. Nakia, Wakanda operative. whenever our commander, and I actually saw her before. Whenever our commander enters, we become the monarch. And then she can put counters on stuff, so that's cool. Wakandan drone flock. Oh, hey, look, it's an artifact with power 4 or greater. Wakandan shield guard. Wakandan Tusker. Warriors of Wakanda. I don't even know what anything's do. Oh, that's a 4/4/4/4 with trample. The Tusker. Oh, when it becomes tapped, we gain a life and scry one. I feel like the Warriors of Wakanda and the Tusker should have been reversed. Just saying. Shield guard. Oh, is 2 bodies on 1 card for 2 mana. That's good. Wakanda Forever. Reveal the top 6 cards of your library. You may put a permanent card from among them onto the battlefield with an indestructible counter on it. You may put a permanent card from among them into your hand. The rest go into your graveyard. Neato Skeeto. I liked everything about that. Although now we have 1 too many lands. But then again, this land doesn't produce green or white mana, so I don't think I'm going to count that against my lands. Where'd Wakanda Forever go? One over here. I'm gonna come up with a better name for, I'm gonna call these events. Oh, when this thing enters Scry 2, for the record. So all that goes down here. We have 4 more. Whoops. Orbital Vibranium Bomb, Vibranium Dynamo, Vibranium Energy Daggers, Vibranium Mining Mech, and Vibranium Strike Gauntlets. We are now 1 over. Oh, the Strike Gauntlets will draw us cards. The Mining Mech will make us Vibranium tokens. And it also has a Vibranium mana sink in it. That's cool. That's still kind of that's still going to go on protection because +2/+2 is bigger than it was before. Nope. What am I? Oh, what? It's not a turbine. What am I thinking of? Oh, I forgot to put the space. Dynamo. And it is in the deck. I'm just being incredibly dumb. There it is. Vibranium Dynamo. Oh, because it didn't need to get removed manually, because it's a pre-existing card with a new skin. See, I would take the Soul Ring out, but this is Wakandan. That's my excuse. Oh, they have another printing of this. Is it this one? Nope, it's the other one. Is it this one? Not that one either. It's this one. I do like it. Do like me some Mystical Archives, and while I'm not, like, I ultimately came away from New Strixhaven not super enthused about it, as noticed by the, I think, low number of decks I've built for it. Their bonus sheet did not disappoint. I love Mystical Archives. So what are we at? Okay, we did get ourselves to 101. Now we're going to do one more sweep, but it's going to be a broader sweep. Set Marvel Super Heroes, or set Marvel Super Commander. Abomination, Accelerated Evolution, I'm just looking for anything that I might have missed. Like Ancestral Communion. Oh, that's my launch thing. So Ancestral Communion can get us 2 cards if we control our commander. I'll put that in there. I'll take something else out. Beast mode. Although I think that's the Pet Avengers. Yeah. Then we have a different beast within in there because I didn't mess with that. Oh, Birds of Paradise are in Wakanda. Oh, that changes some things. Black Tom Cassidy. I think he's Irish. Oh, Bovine Intervention. That's funny. Oh, and I think that's a scroll. Yep. After the Skrull invasion of Earth was thwarted, they volunteered to do no more harm in exchange for a peaceful life. Yeah. And Bucky Barnes' Eager Ally's not going in here because this is pre-Winter Soldier. Bucky Barnes didn't go to Wakanda. Winter Soldier did. Same person, I know. All these Captain Americas, Captain Marvels, Chromatic Lantern, City Pigeon, Claim the Kingdom. Well, that's Killmonger, so that's not going in here. Also, that is a lot for not a lot. Commune with dinosaurs. Great. Awesome. Conduit of Worlds. The awesome android that I'm a big fan of. Costume closet. That's great. Cosmic Cube. Coveted Jewel. That looks Wakandan. But I don't want to play with it. Changing how I'm sitting. Currency converter, something you need visiting Wakanda, but no. Darwin. That's an X-Men. Doc Samson, hilarious. Dr. Spectrum. Donald Blake, Guise of Thor. Well, that's a very specific Thor, where Thor wasn't his own guy, but he was a guy who transformed into Thor. Replying to someone. Oh, Dora, Malaysia Elite? What do they do? Oh, you'll get a Vibranium token if someone has more lands than us. And then they can protect all of our legendaries. Cool. Doorman. If he's a hero, he's a Great Lakes Avenger. Oh, there's the other guy. That just lets me know something that I kind of don't give a butt about Panther Pounce. What are we? We are at 105. I don't give a butt about Panther Pounce. I do like Wakanda Forever. You go down in Wakanda. I actually don't care about you either. Sorry, Ancestral Communion, talking to your dead dad. You go. You hide in tourist visa. I could take out some of the tourist visas. I want to get rid of pest infestation and let that be someone else's problem. And you know what? I'm going to get rid of Settle the Wreckage and once again let that be somebody else's problem. There were other cards I was going to put in this deck, but now this is just like a bad precon, which I'm fine with. Other stuff that made token creatures. Oh, the Arcane Signet is T'Challa's ring of office, so that's cool. there a non-foil version of this? Yes. Okay. I just needed to click that. I think we're gonna kick out the white tigers as much as I like them. On the same reason why I kicked out some other guys. You know, only one god, and you know what? Just did I? Nope. Okay, so I got before I forget. Copy that over. And then go card info. Just grab the name. Oh wait, that's not what I meant to copy. There we go. There we go. Now we go up here. Flash Thompson, Flatman, Galactus, Folk Hero, Foggy Nelson, Gallant Citizen. Oh, that's J. Jonah Jameson's kid. Too bad about him. Gamma Cortez, General Thunderbolt Ross, The Gift, Goliath, Gilded Lotus. It has Wakanda in the thing, but we're not going with that. Oh, this is a better Mr. Immortal picture. Lets us super know that he is in fact white. Very good. Harmonize. If we did want it, this is at least, again, Wakanda on the picture. The Hatut Zeraze Strike Force. When you cast a spell, copy it for each time you cast your commander from the command zone in this game. Okay. When this creature enters, destroy up to one target artifact or enchantment. Okay. So they're definitely from Wakanda. And you can see how I could mix the white tigers up for them. Helm of the Host. But we could do that. See if there's anything else we want to take out. What's minorly annoying is that because of Hawkeye and Michelangelo, I almost forgot which one it was, there's two different characters named Ronin in Magic the Gathering. A whole bunch of Hulk stuff. Oh, Hyperion has a separate card. As initial cost to cast a spell, you may behold a hero. Okay, that should be easy. Destroy a tapped creature, and then if you beheld it, it's may behold a hero, and you can discard two. The Infinity Formula. Ingenious Smith. This could be Wakanda related. And look at the top 4 cards of your library. Reveal an artifact. Nah. It is in fact clobbering time, according to that one card. Oh, Kimoyo beads. Okay, you can draw a card. You can get 2 soldiers and gain 3 life. Okay, well, that goes in there. Knight of Wundagore. Kree, lightning. I did not put Lightning Greaves or the other thing, Royal Retainers. That is also Wakanda, but this is a terrible card. So. Lucky the Pizza Dog. I might get rid of, start getting rid of people that are on a tourist visa. For the people who've been mad about that. Oh, the Meteor Golem is from Wakanda. The Metalwork Colossus is from Wakanda. Monologue text. Negative Zone. I don't know. I don't know what the Inyami is. Let me look that up. Oh. Okay. I can go in because Ninyami class mothership is, well, funny because it's T'Challa's mom. There we go. Learned a thing. Overwhelming Stampede has Black Panther on it, but we're not going to use it. Palace Jailer is Wakandan, but we're not going to use it. Path of Ancestry is actually Avengers, interestingly enough. Ugh. Ow. Things went wonky in my throat. Go, hold on. Ah. Plaza of Heroes, Political Triumph. Quantum Entanglements. Huh. Oh, that's interesting. And she's a legendary creature, so... so she makes you the Monarch, and if you're the Monarch, small creatures, that's power 2 or less, can't attack you. That's cool as heck. Return of the Mole Man. Rick Jones, destined sidekick. Royal Talon Fighter Jet. It creates a white soldier, so that makes me think Wakanda, but I don't care. Actually, no, it does make more creatures, so I do care. I care more than I thought I would. Selfless police captain? No, that guy's doomed. Oh, the orbital vibranium bomb was actually brutal. Oh, Scour Glass. Okay. It destroys everything but artifacts and lands. Only during my upkeep. I mean, if you gotta. Shield stuff. Solemn Simulacrum seems Wakandan. Or the, again, that Antarctic place that I feel bad for forgetting the name. Oh, that's right, because there's a bunch of soul rings because of the commander decks. Then all the spiders again. Starling. Strategic intervention. Super Soldier Serum. +2/+2, first strike, vigilance, and is a legendary soldier in addition to its other types. Whenever an enchanted creature attacks or blocks, attaching a number of equipment to it. Neat. You control. Copter, still great that it exists. The Spear of Beshenga. Oh, that's Wakandan. Wakandan I actually care because it's a artifact. Thing Swing. Thought Vessel. The Whip. I was thinking about Tome of Legends, but there's no guarantee that our commander attacks. Tragic Arrogance. That's great. That actually is great that that's Doom. Page, and then one more round of cuts for this deck. World War Hulk. Oh, Wild Pack. Oh yeah, Silver Sable was in the set. We should get a Hero Sandman at some point because he got rehabilitated and works for her. Because all he really wanted and or needed was money. The White Tigers. Whisper Silk Cloak seems to be Wakandan, but I think I will skip it. Oh, it's a brood. Huh, neat. So we are at 108. That is draw. When an equipped creature attacks the Monarch, destroy target non-land permanent that player controls. But Monarch means draw. That's just what I'm going to shorthand. This thing can go into removal. Wherever that ended up. There we go. We have 15 pieces of removal. We'll get rid of Nature's Chant. Parting Gust is so good though. We'll get rid of that. Because the ones that cost 3 get rid of permanents, or at least non-land permanents. And then after that is expensive stuff that barely counts. We'll get rid of everything in Tourist Visa. This makes me sad, for the record. This puts itself in recursion. Total mana value of non-creature artifacts. I'm going to put it in Kitty for now, since it's a giant cat robot in this specific art. I'm going to count this as card draw because that's my favorite mode on it. Oh, got to do this. Ay. I want this. What does this do? That's tokens. Which doesn't have a section. Let's try one more time. Can you go over there? Can you go over here? Okay, that would have been stupid. Can you go into copy? If I move it, if I move this first, no. Okay, nothing wants to move. Okay, I'm one card over. Let's fix that problem. We're going to call Wakanda Forever a card draw card. Except that I'm logged in and everything. You, this. Come on, you gigantic hole of a butt. There we go. There we go. I still don't know where to put this artifact. Oh, wait. Tokens. Hide it. Okay, Ororo gets to stay because she's Queen of Wakanda. sort of have 7 draw, but that's not real. 4 kitties, 38 lands. Oh, we're still 101. Oh, that's right. We're still 101 cards. Probably going to take out a piece of removal. And I think it might be Beast Within. Because everything else is non-land permanents. Wait, we also have Generous Gift. We could take out both of those and put something else in. Because we do not play in high enough brackets where we have to worry about actual permanence. So now we go here. Add remove cards. So we want to put back in Nature's Chant. Parting Gust. That says non-token. We'll put back in Nature's Chant. There's more stuff down here. The Tigers, Settle the Wreckage. You know what? Let's add Settle the Wreckage back in. There we go. So now we can put that and just hide it in with the rest of the removal. This feels very mediocre pre-con. Although no, I guess it's better than mediocre pre-con because I'm not trying to do multiple things, sort of. But our commander doesn't tell you that we care about artifacts. And we sort of care about getting a lot of creatures out. Either way, I like it. And, okay, yep. Oh, we are at 3 hours. And that was, okay, good. Bast was the last, wow, this was just Selesnya. It was just 2 decks. I do like my Bast, the Bast deck I made. Could it be better? Of course. You could have not have done any of the things that I did. We're actually going to look at the... No, we'll do that next time. I was about to say, because I don't think I'm going to make any of these Gruul ones. But we'll come to that determination next week. See you then.